Good morning, everybody. This is Raymond Day, founder and CEO of NinjaTrader. Just want to do a quick check. Everybody should hear me. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, it looks like we're all good. Secondly, you should see my desktop. I've got a NinjaTrader 8 Dome FX board in a chart streaming to you, so you should be able to see that. If you don't see the video, let us know. We've got a technical support representative from Omnovia here to help anybody who's having some problems. That being said, looks like we're good to go. Again, thank you for attending today's NinjaTrader 8 beta launch. Today I'm going to provide two things. One is just a very high level overview of NinjaTrader 8 beta and also answer questions from the audience. Very informal session today. We have 1,600 people that have registered for the event, so I expect there is going to be a lot of people here. That being said, it's just not going to be possible for me to answer every single question. I know in the past, this actually is the largest event that I've ever hosted. The next largest was around 400 or 500 people, and that was very hard to manage in terms of getting all questions answered. So I've got some aid today in the form of Justin, who works in our marketing department. He's going to read ahead, consolidate, aggregate, and tee up questions for me. Again, don't expect everybody's questions to get answered. We will stay around for a couple of hours if it does indeed go that long. Not sure. So, excuse me. Let me see what other points I wanted to make. Oh, we are recording this session, and we will post this once available in our support forum. So let's get started. In terms of the beta, I see already there's people asking, how do I get the beta? I'm going to post in a link to a section on our forum that literally answers questions about the beta process. So I'm going to not answer questions on the beta since all of the questions should be answered here. And let me figure out how to post a link in here. I think I find a spot. So Justin, I just posted a link. If you could confirm that everybody would see that link. Okay, good. Thank you. Let's see. So I guess, Justin, just so you can see when you post questions, I guess they're going to pop up on the video stream that everybody's going to see. Now, NinjaTrader 8 is a completely rewritten application from the ground up. We've spent obviously a lot of time, as you guys know, time, money, and effort to build this product. And the primary goal of it was really to put us on a modern technology base which we can use to build on for the next 10, 15 years. NinjaTrader 7 has been around since 2003. So we're already 12 years into the current code base with NinjaTrader 7. We expect to support NinjaTrader 7 for years to come. Now, I'm not talking 10 years, but whatever, some years to come. So it's very conceivable that the NinjaTrader 7 code base from start to finish had at least a 15-year shelf life. So point being that NinjaTrader 8 is the base that we're going to ride for the next 10, 15 years. It is a iteration, an innovation, not a revolution in terms of what we've done. So our existing users should feel right at home and should not feel that they have to relearn a completely different product. And as I go through this product, you will see what I mean by that. In terms of questions, again, you can feel free to poke in your questions at will. Again, Justin's going to aggregate them, and once I give him the signal, I'll start taking some questions, and I'll stop throughout kind of the high-level demo and take questions, and then I'll take questions fully at the end as well. I wanted to post in a link here, and give me a sec to find the link. There's over 500 features and enhancements that we've included in this NinjaTrader 8 release. And if you haven't seen it before, give me a sec, because now I got to find where my, oh, there it is. I'm going to post in a link. And that's going to be a document that discusses a partial document that discusses the major enhancements that we've done with NinjaTrader 8. Okay, so let's talk about some of the features at a high level. So the first thing you're going to notice, obviously here, the color scheme looks a little bit different. And we have several different skins that you can use. I'm using this skin called Slate Gray. It's a little more of a flat look versus more of the shiny gun barrel or beveled type look that you might see in other Windows applications. But one of the things that we did with NinjaTrader 8 was introduce tabbed windows. And you can see here, I've got a tab here in the Superdome window. I've got a tab here in the chart window. You can, actually I'll do it in a different way. If I wanted to add a new tab, I could just go ++ and add, for example, NQ 12-15. And here you go. You can have as many tabs as you want. You can rename the tabs as you see fit. You can right-click, close them, rename them. And I think this is definitely a feature that was very well sought after, was being able to either duplicate in a, or pardon me, in a different way, to take a window and copy it. And the way that you can do that with NinjaTrader 8 is to simply duplicate it in a new tab or duplicate it to a new window. So if you've got a chart set up with all of your indicators and settings, instead of having to recreate that to some degree from scratch in NinjaTrader 8, you have to, or you can now just duplicate it through the tab function. Now, the downside to the tabs is it does take a little more screen real estate, as you can see. So we do provide the option for you just to right-click and disable the display of the tabs. So again, you've got more flexibility in terms of how you work with the windows and how you might lay out the windows. Another thing that we've added for product-wide or application-wise is a consistent use of presets and templates. So let me show you what I mean. If I go to any window within the, any properties window within the application, you can see here there's a preset. So if I expand that out, I can either save it or restore factory default. So this way you can set your settings once, save it, and away you go. And that is a consistent implementation across the product. Now we have added a number of new windows as well. Order ticket is one. The FX board here, I'm just going to move that here. Again, this is for you people who are trading forex. We have implemented our take on the typical FX tile display. You can trade directly from this screen. You can actually, there's an order grid that you can pop up at the bottom here as well that will show you all your working orders. And you can, I didn't say trade, but you can trade ATM strategies through this interface as well. There's a number of other windows that we've added. So, for example, as you're all familiar, NinjaTrader has the order execution strategies, positions tabs in the control center. In NinjaTrader 8, you can actually have multiple of these, and you can break them out. So if you wanted, for example, to let's say duplicate a new window. So you wanted to have an executions window, an orders window, a positions window. You can go ahead and break those out or duplicate them and see them in parallel, where NinjaTrader you could only click on one or the other. Now, one of the, I guess, highlighted functions of NinjaTrader has always been our Super Dome, and I have that shown here as well. And I might as well dive into that. So as you can see here, it looks a bit different, but you can actually use it like you would in NinjaTrader 7, and I'll kind of backtrack to that. But what I have here is the trade control on the left, which you can toggle. I can just, for example, move that back down at the bottom like most of you are used to. Or if I want to have more prices, I can do that. And it's easier to add. You know, I can just kind of scroll up and down and it'll automatically adjust the number of rows. But what I wanted to show here, I've added 3 columns, a profit and loss column, a volume column. So this is showing all of the volume going off at the different prices, and also it's showing whether those trades are going off at the bid or at the ask. That's the red and green column. And I also have added this column called APQ, which stands for approximate price in Q. So when you place an order, it's going to show you the approximate position in the order queue. So it'll count down, right? As trades go off, it'll count down to give you an idea how soon it will be until your order actually gets filled. And let me show you kind of how this works. So let me pop in with the ATM strategy. I'm just going to, if I place a limit order, you can see the graphics or the visualization has been updated. I'm just going to move this up to get it filled. And so now you can see there's my stop and my target, and you can see here, you know, APQ says I'm about 600th in line to get this limit order filled. You can see the P&L, and again, you can take out these columns, move them around. You don't have to have them if you don't want. And what's actually a real powerful feature is these columns are available through NinjaScript, meaning for those of you who program, if you have some interesting idea, or if you have an idea to enhance the columns that we have, you can go ahead and custom code your own column. So that's what the dome looks like. You know, this is standard functionality that you're all used to, single click of modification of the stops and targets. Nothing has been taken away. We've only enhanced for those of you who actually want to have those enhancements. So for example, if I go to the columns field, I can just go ahead and remove these. And now I'm back to no questions yet, James, please. Or sorry, Justin. What I can see now, pardon me, what I've done is revert the dome back to something you're more used to. And actually, let me take one more step. So here, this is back to your kind of typical NinjaTrader 7 look. I don't want to say look and feel, but configuration is the better word. So again, my point is, the dome has been enhanced for those of you who want to take advantage of some of the new features that we have been requested of over the years. The other thing too, while I'm at it here, is in terms of ATM strategy, we have also added the ability to add as many profit and targets as you want. Now, most people have been fine staying confined within the 3 stop and target level maximum of NinjaTrader 7. However, we have had requests again over the years to have the ability to have multiple or infinite number of stop and targets. Obviously, that's not practical, but my point is here, if you wanted to put in 4, 5, or 6, that's not going to be a problem for you. Now, a few other things here. If you middle click here in the quantity selector, you have a, let's call it a quantity pad. So I can either punch in presets. You know, if I want to have a quantity 10, I just click on 10, or you can do this like an addition pad. So if I just want to keep adding, you know, 1 or add by 2, I can. And this is completely configurable. So you can just click on configure and add those values that might be applicable to you. So that's one other kind of improvement in the area of trading. The other thing too, I'll point this out, the instrument selector. So when you click on the instrument selector, you can, first of all, it's going to remember, I can't remember if it's the last 5 used instruments, so those will always be listed at the top. You'll also have those instrument lists that you can pick from, and you can pin. Let's say you always want ES 615 at the top. Right now I do have that pin, so you can pin that and it's always going to stay on the top. So just a more user-friendly way of working with instruments. And if you are a typer, you can just go ahead and type directly in. And this typing interface that you're seeing right now is also consistently applied across any window where you can actually use or will accept an instrument change. We have added MIT orders as well, market if touched. We've had a demand for that over the years, and off the top of my head, I actually don't recall. Let me close this out. It's a stop order. Oh, there we go. I had the MIT in there. So I hit Control left mouse button, and it pops in an MIT order. For those of you not familiar with that, it stands for market if touched, which means that if the market comes down, instead of having a limit order here to buy, it's kind of like a reverse stop order. So when the market comes down and touches this price, it'll automatically turn into a market order and fill, hence the term called market if touched. One other last thing I want to show with the DOM, we also add the ability to add indicators to the DOM. So you can right click here, select indicators, and I'll just add something real quick. Let's say an SMA, and let's just say I'll go to 20 period. Hit OK, and you can see there's the indicator popped on at that price. Change the color of the plots and all that kind of stuff. But what's interesting as well is I can now right click. Oh, actually, let me do this. Pop an order in there. Right click on the order, and I can attach this order to this indicator here. So you can see there's the indicator pops up. There's some parameters I can set, hit OK, and you can see that indicator now it was modified instantly to the price of the indicator. And as that indicator moves around, that stop will follow to the price movements of that indicator. The way that could be used, for example, is you could have an indicator that you've coded or that you've purchased or somebody's created it that is some sort of an interesting trail stop indicator or stop loss. So it's maybe a combination of a trail stop and a parabolic SAR indicator, just making some stuff up here, guys. And you now could throw that indicator on and attach your stop loss order to that indicator, and it now is basically semi-automated. So let me close that out there. We also, this is not specific to the DOM, but as you guys all know, when it's rollover time, you know, when the current month changes, you've got to go in and make some changes in NinjaTrader. We've made that easier for you with NinjaTrader 8 on contract rollover. What you're going to see here in the database window is all of the instruments that are ready for rollover, and you can select which ones you want to update. There might be options where, or not options, but times where you don't want to roll over specific instruments, and you press rollover, and it will automatically roll over all of the instruments across every window and across your workspace. Okay. So that is DOM. I'm going to stop there and just take any questions, Justin, specific to what I've shown already DOM related stuff? Hey guys, I do see the questions, although again, I'm just scanning them. Those people who ask questions about, hey, can I get on the beta? When is NinjaTrader 8 going to be released? How's the beta process? I put in a link at the very beginning. It's on our forum. It's under the NinjaTrader 8 critical information section. And there you will find questions to those answers. I also saw a question regarding the price. We also have answered that in the facts section of NinjaTrader 8. Although it is there, I will answer it here right now as well because it is important. We have not raised our prices in 7 years, which is a really long time. When we have raised prices in the past, anybody who was a client at the time that the prices were raised were not impacted, meaning whatever price you were paying is a price you're still paying. We still have customers that are paying $20 a month that purchased NinjaTrader in 2003 and 2004, which was a price for the software back then. My point in that is this. We don't have any concrete plans that we are going to raise the price. But all I'm saying is if you're already an existing customer and you've paying for a lease at $60 a month, you're not going to be impacted. So if you are concerned about any price increase, then to kind of defend against that, your best bet is to buy at the price they are right now. Lifetime license users, it will be free. There is no price to go from Ninja, or no price increase, not increase, pardon me. There is no price to pay for an upgrade. All our users will get NinjaTrader 8, whether you're a free user or a lifetime user or a lease user, you will get NinjaTrader 8 for free. Okay, I got a question here from James. Why does a Super Dome only have 5 levels of bid and ask when in some NinjaTrader you can see 10? It's a setting actually. So if you go into properties, you can set the number of levels here. I'm doing that right now. So if you want to see 10 levels of depth, there you go. We defaulted to 5. It's what our customers are used to. Personally, I don't see the need for my own trading to have really any depth, but that doesn't matter. It's your own, you know, how you trade, but you can set that. Let's see, next question. From Anton. Is a static type DOM still subject to the TT fees, or has that workaround other platforms has done? We do have a workaround. We have a static DOM, which is what I'm showing, which is subject to TT licensing fees. And if any of you have no clue what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. However, we do have the dynamic DOM as well. And this is a good point because most of our customers are using the dynamic DOM. And what we have done with the dynamic DOM, this is a significant change. With the dynamic DOM, for those of you who use it, you know that you have to press, for example, the space bar to freeze the display so you can go ahead and place the order. With NinjaTrader 8, we removed that requirement, and when you move your mouse into the price ladder, you can see it now has a blue highlight around it. That freezes the ladder. So if you move out, it starts updating again. As you move in, it freezes it. We took a kind of leap of faith that people would like that. We're going to await people's feedback, because if people like the button, pressing the button on your, or the space bar on your keyboard, we may bring that back, but we took it out, we kicked it out. Okay, next question from Ahmed. You said that we can add an indicator to the DOM to trail order to exit the trade. Can we use to enter the trade as well? Absolutely, Armand. The point there is that you can attach any order to an indicator, and all that's doing is that as the indicator updates in price, the order will automatically be amended. So whether that's an entry order, exit order, doesn't matter to us. Okay, Justin, any more questions there? I guess I think Justin is going ahead and typing. That's it for the DOM. Okay. Let's move on then. So let's talk about charts. I'm just going to move that into main focus. Let me close this. And let me go to ES since that's what I like to trade. Okay. You know, chart's going to look more or less the same, right? As you can see, change colors, do all the things that you would expect. A few things off the bat that I'll just point out. We've moved the toolbar into the caption bar. That's the very top bar of the window in order to provide more screen real estate. We have added a configurable interval selector here. So if I want to go from 1 minute to 5 minute, I obviously just select 5. It's pretty straightforward. It is configurable. You can add whatever chart type and chart type intervals you want. I guess you could say you can personalize it to your liking. Again, the instrument selector is consistent to what you saw before. And same thing, you can go ahead and type away, just like I showed you. So if I wanted to type in Microsoft, I just start typing and it'll pop that in. Now, we have enhanced a number of areas, quite a lot of areas in the charts, and it'd be very difficult for me to go into every single piece. Excuse me. But what I can say is a few things, kind of a few highlights. So for example, our drawing tools, if I just pick one, there's a few new drawing tools. There's a risk reward, there's a ruler, region highlights, X and Y. But if I just grab a line and draw a line, for example, and double click on it, what I wanted to show, you can make things visible or invisible. That's the same for all objects on the chart. So indicators, if you want to have, for example, 10 indicators in your chart, but you're really only interested in seeing 4 at a time, you can just turn off the visibility. But what I wanted to show was every drawing tool now has a template. Actually, let me change gears there. I think there's a better way to show what I wanted to do. So if you guys are like to use Fibonacci tools all the time, you might have different Fibonacci levels or colors or the way that the lines are extended. And so what you can do here is create a template, or you can parameterize it, save it, give it a name. You can have as many of these as you want. And this concept is applied to all drawing tools. So you can have templates for any drawing tool you want. Now, for those of you who are developers, one of the things that we've done with NinjaTrader 8 is break out the drawing tools to a NinjaScript object. What that means is that you can now custom develop any type of drawing tool you want. We don't have any Elliott wave drawing tools native to the product, for example. My guess is at some point in time in the near future, you'll probably see people custom coding Elliott wave type drawing tools. All of this now is possible with NinjaTrader 8. With respect to indicators, pretty straightforward. Few things I'll just point out. Let's say a CCI indicator. I pop that open. Again, the look and feel, as I mentioned at the very beginning, is going to feel at home in terms of usability. Calculate on bar close has been changed. This is an important one. We've changed it to calculate, and now you have 3 choices. The calculate indicators on the close of a bar, on each tick, or just on the change of price. So if you, the reason for that is on each tick definitely consumes more CPU. So if you want to see your indicator up to date on the most current bar, you can go ahead and change it to on price change if you want. Hey, I saw some things about UI. There's different skins. You can make a light skin. If you find this is too hard to read, actually people seem to gravitate towards this slate one that I'm using, but we've got a dark skin, we've got a light skin, so there's definitely some personalization there available. And I had mentioned before here on the visibility, so here you can turn the visibility on or off. That's new for NinjaTrader 8 as well. We've added the, oh, here's an interesting one. So as you know, you can scroll or you can change the scale by dragging left or up and down in the axis. If you hit control, you can move it up and down. You can do the same thing in the x-axis, but what we didn't have in NinjaTrader 7 was the ability to free scroll all around, and we added that in NinjaTrader 8. Excuse me. Crosshair, actually, this is something, let me do that. So crosshair, you know, what's so great about that? Well, you know, it looks just like NinjaTrader 7. We added the ability for you to customize the actual crosshair itself, different color, width, line style. But I think more importantly, we have added this for those of you who like to do global scrolling, where the scroll bar, not the scroll bar, but the crosshair scrolls in multiple charts at the same time. We added the ability to turn off the time scrolling on some charts, so that you might be scrolling in one chart and be moving forward in time, but it's not going to move that another chart back in time or forward in time. So we added, that was a pretty common request. Turn that off. In terms of chart styles, oops. Here you can see, you know, we've got all the standard stuff. We added mountain. One thing that we had a lot of requests for, so for example, on a point and figure chart would be a good example. In NinjaTrader 7, we we cut the bar at the end of the session. We now have continuous bars. This will be helpful in a lot of different chart types like Kagi and point and figure just come to mind. But you have this option here, break at end of day. So if you don't want to have the point and figure chart stop at the end of the day and restart, you can simply uncheck that, for example. The just showing mountain style, that's a mountain style, for example. We've made some improvements in the multi-series charts. I won't get into the details there, but you have different options in terms of bar spacing. So in NinjaTrader 7, if you did a multi-series chart, we'd force equidistant bar spacing on the x-axis. What we do with NinjaTrader 8 is provide you the option to have the actual bars being equidistant, not the time axis being equidistant. And there's a number of different variations on that within NinjaTrader 8 as well. Let me go back to the candlestick chart here. Sorry for the clearing of my throat here, guys. So let me see. Oh, we also added a interval select, or not interval selector, but instrument link. So, you know, this is a standard instrument link you're used to, but we also added an interval link. So if you want to have a bunch of charts tied together, and if you change the interval on one, it'll change the interval on the other. That'll go ahead and do that for you. Well, one other thing that just popped in my head with NinjaTrader 7, you know, we have the idea of session templates. With NinjaTrader 8, we've renamed that to trading hours templates, and they're managed here in this window. And what I wanted to point out is, let me just pick one of the default trading hours templates, which is, let's say, CME. Here you can see, let me make this a little bit bigger. Here you can see we have holiday schedules now. We didn't have that in NinjaTrader 7. Our servers will populate this for you. However, you can come in and edit and add and do what you want if there's some specific types of configuration you might like with respect to holiday management. I'm going to stop there, and Justin, if you want, you can, well, not want, I'll take some chart questions. I'm sure there's probably quite a few. Question from Eric. Can we create a fixed scale chart between price and time? Fixed scale chart. Let me see if I understand what that means. Fixed scale. Oops. Okay, you can do, and I don't think this is what you're asking me, but you can fix the scale, which means the maximum and minimum value on the scale. Another thing you can do is, let me see if I know where this is, but there's a option to, yeah, there we go, center price on scale. Maybe this is what you mean. If I click on this, what it does now, let me check, just fix. The price will always now be centered in the chart, okay, versus it moving up and down. So again, that's called centering price on scale. Again, I'm not sure if this is what you're asking. Oh, that's a good question. Okay, so somebody's asking, Ale, can you show how to trade from the charts? Of course, we have Chart Trader, and I probably should have shown you that. Chart Trader icon is here. We have 3 different options here for the Chart Trader, meaning turn it on or turn it on but hide the actual Chart Trader control. There's Chart Trader. It looks very familiar. Same concept as NinjaTrader 7. You know, there's my limit order. The behavior is identical to NinjaTrader 7. Again, the point of that is simply that the usability, what you're used to hasn't changed drastically. In this case, the Chart Trader actually behaves literally identical. And yeah, ATM strategies, all that, you know, the usage of that is the same with the addition that we've added more levels. I should mention as well, there is migration, right? When you install NinjaTrader 8, it's going to ask you, do you want to migrate your installation of NinjaTrader 7 to NinjaTrader 8? All of your data, your ATM strategies are going to migrate from NinjaTrader 7 to NinjaTrader 8. We have a whole list of that. I don't recall exactly what is being migrated, but pardon me. It is going to come over, and it will be spelled out for you in advance. You can pop in a few questions there, Justin. And I'm going to talk about migrate. You know, I'll talk about that now. I was going to talk about NinjaScript. Again, on the link I posted at the very beginning, there's a link that asks, or pardon me, answers a lot of the questions you guys are asking regarding NinjaTrader 8 beta, the migration, on a FAQ. It's in our forum under the NinjaTrader 8 section, critical subsection. With regards to NinjaScript indicators, NinjaTrader 7 indicators will not be compatible with NinjaTrader 8. What that simply means is that there are things in the NinjaScript of NinjaTrader 8 that don't migrate over. You're going to have to let's say, tweak your indicators. In some cases, and in most cases, it's going to be a relatively simple conversion process. We have full documentation on what we call code-breaking changes between NinjaTrader 7 and NinjaTrader 8. We as well will be doing a lot of the conversion work for user-submitted scripts in our forum. The NinjaTrader section that deals with reference samples in our forum already has conversions of NinjaTrader 8 in there as well. Question from Mike C. In version 7, if I draw a pitchfork and want to save it for later viewing, you have to make a workspace. Is this still the case in version 8? I want to keep from having to redraw. Let me make sure, let me read that again. If I draw a pitchfork and want to save it for later viewing, I have to make a workspace. I'm not sure I exactly understand the question. If you create like for example, I'll just do that. If I create a pitchfork right here, if I want to see it later, if I save my workspace, it's going to be there, I guess, or maybe not actually. Let me test this real quick. If I switch, I just switched an instrument, I'm switching back, okay, there, my pitchfork is there again. So I'm not sure if that solves a problem or if that's what you're referring to. However, what you can do here as well, and I mentioned this earlier, under properties, If you're talking about, I've created a pitchfork and I've parameterized it, you can create a template, save it, and the next time you can load that template with your predefined settings. So I'm not sure if, hopefully one of those two answers is the actual answer to your question. And I just want to say, back on the questions, guys, as I mentioned before, it's just not possible to answer every question. And so you guys get a sense, there is a question popping in every second, okay? Every second there's a question popping in. We're not going to be able to cover them all. You are free to interact with us and ask these questions on our support forum in the NinjaTrader 8 section. Okay, there is a general discussion, so I apologize in advance for not being able to answer everybody's questions because it's just not possible or practical. But assuming your question doesn't get answered and you want to interact with us, please go ahead to our support forum and post those questions in there, and we'll definitely get around to answering those. Can you use chart trader and strategies at the same time? You know, we don't allow that in NinjaTrader 7, and I want to say that we did allow that, make that change in NinjaTrader 8. Don't hold me to that. It's the back of my head. There's so many things that we've changed in here, but I believe that you can do that now. Next question, James B. Can you switch free scroll off if required? Some of us have developed custom fixed scrolling. Yes, it's not that you can turn it off, it's that you have to hold the control key down to enable it. So if the control key is not on, you're not going to have this full free scrolling in there. We're getting a lot of questions about alerts, so let me talk about that a little bit. So we have significantly improved or changed how alerts work within NinjaTrader 8. And let me show you what I mean. So let me draw something real quick here. I'm going to draw a rectangle. Let me do this. Give me a sec, guys. There's my rectangle. Let me add an indicator real quick. I'm just going to add a default SMA. So here's what you can do. I can select that rectangle, right click, select alert. And it gives me, if you guys are familiar with our strategy builder, it's similar in concept. I can now say something like this. If my data series, my 5-minute series crosses inside, for example, this rectangle, okay, hit OK. And I can get as crazy as I want with conditions. And the data series, let's say, crosses above or is greater than my indicator. Hit OK. So I could do if all of these are true or if any of these are true. I now want to take action on that alert. So I can, for example, just send a text message to my alerts window. So here you can configure the priority, the color, the name of that message, or I can take any number of different actions. So I can play a sound, pretty straightforward. I can share a message. We have a new concept in NinjaTrader 8, which is sharing. Sharing means I could share it by email, I can share it through Facebook, I can share it through Twitter, through StockTwits, or through some custom sharing service, because a sharing service is also a NinjaScript object. So if some of you guys want to create a share with, I don't know, Instagram or something like that, I'm sure somebody will create one of those. Or I can take an action to show a pop-up message, or even submit an order. So this is another way to do some semi-automated trading. So instead of doing a full-blown strategy, maybe you know, again, you're discretionary / semi-automated trader. You've got a bunch of indicators. Maybe you've drawn some trend lines on your chart, and you're now going to say, if all of these conditions are true, place a market order, as an example. So so that's kind of the power of the alerts. And this alert facility is not just on the charts, you can do this from other windows as well, like the market analyzer, for example. And you can have different, we call rearm conditions, meaning once this alert is triggered, never trigger it again, or trigger it after X number of minutes have passed, or re-trigger it again, or reset the alert once the bar is closed, or once the condition is reversed. So there's a number of different ways. It's actually very comprehensive. It's not simple by any stretch in terms of what you can do with it, but we've tried to make a very complex feature as simple to use as possible. So that's our comprehensive alerting mechanism within NinjaTrader 8 that is very different than NinjaTrader 7. I mean, it doesn't exist in NinjaTrader 7. And again, it's any object, whether it's a data series, any type of drawing object, lines, trend lines, rectangles, whatever you want, and indicators can be used to trigger an alert, or can be used, I should say, to build the conditions that once true will trigger an alert. Justin, if there's chart questions, alert questions, feel free to poke those in again. Let me just take a look on the data series. I'll give you guys a look at this. Again, it's very similar to what you guys are used to in NinjaTrader 7. You know, there's definitely some more flexibility in terms of personalization. Let's see. Question: are there any new indicators? Simply put, no. There's some advancements on some of the indicators, but there's no new indicators that I recall in NinjaTrader 7 than NinjaTrader 8. Let me just take, I'm just scrolling through these parameters here to see if there's anything here that sticks out for me to talk about, that is. Let's see, discuss the social media sharing buttons. Don't know what social media, well, I guess I'll do it this way. As I mentioned, we have sharing services, and out of the box, we provide Twitter, Facebook, stock twits, and email. If I right-click, I select share, you can share a number of different things. You can share your position, the current price of a specific market, the contents of the tab, the contents of a window. The contents of a tab or window is just a screenshot. And when you go ahead and share, I'm going to do that, but I don't have any sharing services set up. But if I wanted to share my window, it's going to say here, oh, you must first set up a sharing account. But what happens is, if you have a number of different sharing services, let's say you had email and Facebook set up, it would give you a choice of who you wanted to share this through. And the way you would set this up is in the control center, under options, there is here a share service, add a share service. And here you can see by default, we have Facebook, email, stock twits, and Twitter. Again, these are NinjaScript objects, so I would expect that more services will be built. You know, I threw out the term Instagram, or what's the other one, Pinterest. I don't even know, you know, how relevant that might be for trading. I don't use those services, but these are the kinds of things that you can start using. While I have the options window open, you might as well take a quick gander at this. You know, it's set up a little bit differently. You can assign different sounds. I bring that up because I know over the years people say, hey, how do I assign my own sounds to Auto Trail or what have you? So we went ahead and decided to do that. I talked about changing the skin. Here you can see the skin where we've got a light, dark, and slate gray. I think we're going to have a slate beige color as well. And skins are customizable as well, meaning that people can program their own skins. So I suspect we'll start seeing some of those pop out. One other thing that we were able to do with NinjaTrader 8 is show different regionalization. So right now, I'm showing English, but when we ship the product, we will have a foreshore NinjaTrader localized in German, Spanish, and Russian. I show Chinese here, but I doubt we'll be shipping with that out of the gates. And then it's just broken up here. We've got your trading properties, strategies, automated trading interface, market data. This is probably somewhat important as well. For those of you who manage multiple connections or connecting to multiple providers simultaneously, as you might know with NinjaTrader 7, you have to be cognizant of the connection order in which you connect to force data from one connection or the other. With NinjaTrader 8, you don't have to worry about that, because you can say, for example, for real-time data, I always want my futures data to come from, whatever, Kinetic or NinjaTrader Continuum. And I want my forex data to come from here. So you can predefine how you want your data to flow within under tools and options. Let me get back to some questions here. From Rod, we use indicators that refer to multiple time frames. Will indicators applied to one chart be able to read historical bar data from other time frames and print correctly on historical data? I guess, let me make sure I understand. The short of it is, you can take indicators from one chart and read historical from another time frame. Yeah, the answer is yes. You can create indicators that have multiple time frames supported. John, is it possible to give a data series a fixed start date to produce consistent Renko bar boundaries? Yes, absolutely, John. Very simply put, what you would do is, let's see, load data based on custom. The start date here, you would set it, and the end date, as long as it's today, it's always going to move forward. And then you would have the break at end of day unchecked, and then you would have the consistent Renko that you would be looking for, John. From Rafa, does ChartTrader allow us to customize price lines? Yes, it does. If I understand, if you want to customize the look of your, let's say, limit order lines, you can do that. Okay. Justin's given me just lots of questions related to memory and multi-core processing, so let me comment on that. NinjaTrader 8 has been designed to use multiple cores. I can show you that. I've got 8 cores, and I guess it's probably hard to see, but anyways, it will basically spawn off a UI thread for every core available on your machine. So if you have 8 cores like I do, there will be 8 NinjaTrader UI threads running. And as you open new windows, without getting into all the details, let's just say it's distributed via round robin. So you're going to get charts, or not charts, but windows kind of distributed across all of your cores. Obviously, this is done for performance reasons, which allows us to do more on your computer. With respect to memory usage, NinjaTrader 8 has also been designed to take full advantage of memory available on today's PC. So, meaning on this 64-bit machine, I don't even think there's a computer, at least when we buy our computers, 8 gigabytes of RAM. Sorry if I got that confused, but 8 megabytes of RAM is pretty standard. And so NinjaTrader 8 will use that if, in backtesting, strategy optimization. Your CPU cores will be pegged to 100%. Memory will use as much memory as we can get our hands on. For day-to-day operations, NinjaTrader 8 does use more memory than NinjaTrader 7. the technology that we use for NinjaTrader 8 uses more memory. We use, and I don't want to get too technical, but we use what's called WPF. It's Windows Presentation Foundation. It's kind of the future direction of where Microsoft is heading in terms of desktop UI development. And that itself, as a technology, uses more memory. So since we use it, it's going to use more memory. And we did not design NinjaTrader to worry about that as much, because the way that computing is going, you know, applications in general use more memory these days. So if it's there, we will use it. A question from Gary: can I use NinjaTrader 7 side by side with NinjaTrader 8? Yes, you can. However, I should comment that although you can use both products at the same time, there may be limitations from your broker. For example, I know that Continuum, if you want to have, or CQG or Continuum, if you want to have multiple log-on sessions, you got to enable that, pay for it, I believe, or they might even allow that. I can't remember all of the who can do it and who cannot. But my point simply is saying that there are limitations that we don't put on you, but who you're connecting to might put limitations on simultaneous logons. And let me see, next question. Oh, that was Mac support. Real simple. Yeah, there's nothing that we've done any differently with NinjaTrader 8 than NinjaTrader 7. We run on Microsoft.NET framework, and in short, that's not supported on Mac, other than through a emulator such as what do they call it? Boot Camp, I think. I'm not a Mac guy, so if I was wrong in what that's called, please forgive me, but I think it's called Boot Camp, and there might be another one, Parallels, I think is the name of it. So let me hold off on the questions here. I'm going to dive into a couple of other areas. Strategy analyzer backtesting. Let me just pull that up here. Significant improvements in this area. First of all, the general look and feel, we believe it's been redesigned. And give me a sec. And let me just do a quick back test here, just so I can talk about it. Actually, I think I've got some data on Microsoft here. Hopefully I do. Let me go back a little bit, hit run. We'll see if I have some data. Yes, I do. Okay. So first of all, you can see it's looks a little bit different. The parameters are on the right. Backtest type, either you're doing a standard backtest, an optimization, a walk forward, or we've added this new mode called multi-objective optimization, which basically allows you, instead of saying I want to optimize on maximum net profit, I want to optimize on multiple objectives, max net profit, you know, higher win-loss ratio. So we're kind of doing a well, I guess that's what we call it, multi-objective optimization. What I did was just run a quick back test. You see the results here, very similar to kind of the results you see in NinjaTrader 8 or 7, pardon me. I'm going to click on analysis here. Here's where I'll go through and I can start looking at my results in a number of different ways based on day, week, year, based off long, short, and it gives me the different graphs here at the bottom. You know, you can, of course, move things, resize the way you see fit. Then, of course, if you want to pop open a chart, it's here. Much like you're used to here, go through the chart as you see fit. Monte Carlo analysis is built in here in NinjaTrader 7. It was a little bit harder to get to. You know, I'm just going to run a quick Monte Carlo analysis here. So we feel the workflow is much better with NinjaTrader 8. We've also added this. If you go to settings, I can right click and I think this is the right place. And maybe it's no, oh, pardon me, it's here. Right click. Oh, maybe it's not there either. Or maybe it's under template. That's where it is, sorry. So with optimize, maybe that's an optimization. If you do a bunch of optimization and you've got all these different parameters now, you can, with NinjaTrader 7, you'd have to write them down and then literally type them all in if you're going to run a strategy. With NinjaTrader 8, you can just save those parameters for later use. So it's a much easier workflow. We have added as well this show log. Let me do that. Here it's going to show you all the back tests you run, and you can always get back to it. And why this is great is, let's just say you run a back test, you now tweak your code, you run another back test, you tweak your code, and now you're 10 revisions deep. You can then go back here, and every back test, we're going to archive the code that you had with each back test. So if you started going down a path and it starts progressively getting worse, you can basically revert back to a previous version of your code. It's not a revision control system in to the full extent, but it does provide some level of revision control workflow. Anyway, so I just wanted to show that. Now the other thing, I talked about improvements. In terms of the actual performance, there's a couple of things we've done. First of all, we've revamped a lot of our default indicators and made them more computationally efficient. The backtest engine itself is A, more accurate, and B, much faster than NinjaTrader 7. In some tests, it really depends on exactly what kind of coding you're doing. It can be 10 times faster, okay, than NinjaTrader 7. So what might take, if you're doing some pretty serious optimizations where it's taken an all day, you could get that down considerably to a couple hours, for example. Now, and what we have also added in doing a backtest, so here you can see where my mouse is. I've got this order fill resolution, and it says standard fastest. And if I was going to, I'm going to actually change this 5-minute backtest, or pardon me, 5-minute bars. I can now change this and set that to high. And I'm doing my backtest in 5-minute bars, but I'm processing my orders at a depending on how you look at it, a higher fidelity or much more granular level. So I'm doing 5-minute bar backtesting, but I'm going to run my order fills on 1-minute bars, or 1-tick bars for that matter. So you can get the level of granularity down as low as you want. The lower you go, the more accurately your orders will be filled, but obviously the trade-off, right, is going to be performance. It's going to take longer. So again, it allows you to look inside the bar for your order filling to get a higher level of accuracy at the expense of longer processing backtest times. But again, contrast that to the fact that NinjaTrader 8 is already a much faster backtest engine than NinjaTrader 7 was or is. We also have some 3D graphs. I'm not going to dive into that, but there's some eye candy built into NinjaTrader 8 here as well. So definitely very excited for you guys to start getting into the automated trading strategy backtesting and seeing what improvements we've made, or that the improvements we've made is of high value to you guys. Justin, I'll take some questions on Strategy Analyzer if there are some. Is there an account performance tab for ATM strategy management? ATM strategy management. Is there an account performance tab? I guess the answer is there is an account performance. If we're talking about Strategy Analyzer, you can't backtest ATM strategies. Same limitation that we had in NinjaTrader 7. I'm not sure if that's what you meant, but apart from that, if you're doing discretionary trading, there is a account performance that will show you account performance for trades that you execute through an ATM strategy. Absolutely. Sean's asking, can we address tick level backtesting instead of bar close backtesting? I guess, Sean, well, I guess you probably poked this question in, but just to reiterate, tick level backtesting is exactly what I was just talking about. It's this order fill resolution here. I put it on high. I can just select tick. I can just select one tick. So now I am backtesting 5-minute bars, but I'm processing my orders at a tick level. So that's tick level backtesting. Again, let me add though, that setup right there will be computationally, what's the word I'm looking for? It's going to demand, it's going to demand a lot of PC power, and it's going to take some time to do that. And you obviously have to have the tick data. One other thing, I guess, just more of a generic, with NinjaTrader 8, the tick data will also include the bid and ask price at the time of the tick. Okay, I'm not sure if we show that in the historical data manager. Let me take a quick gander at that. I don't, like I said, I don't recall if we do or not, if we show it, but I guess I was just kind of tick. Yeah, I guess we don't show it, but every tick has a bid and ask price stored. So it has the trade price and the bid and ask price. Okay, this allows you guys to do stuff like cumulative delta type stuff. And for those of you who are familiar with the term GOMI, it's that type of stuff built in. You can do that with NinjaTrader 8. The other thing we've done as well is the ticks are time stamped down to the tick. That's not tick as in terms of trading ticks, but it's a term for time, which is the lowest granular time slice in the programming environment of Microsoft.NET. Maybe a better way, it's sub-seconds, down to the nth degree, is supported in NinjaTrader 8. Michael M., if I relaunch a strategy on a 1440-minute chart, can it replicate historical trades on a 1-minute basis? I'm not sure what that means. If you create a strategy on a 1440, okay, I'll say it this way. Yeah, if you create a strategy on any time frame, it will simulate or backtest the trades on the interval that you select right here. So if you're selecting it on 1 minute, it will run the trades through the 1-minute bars, but it will plot them on the daily bars in the strategy analyzer. So that's what you're backtesting. Justin, there's no more strategy analyzer questions, Justin? Actually, okay, market replay. So Justin, if you could pop more in on strategy essay, that'd be great. Justin's saying there's a lot of market replay questions, so let me dive into that. We've renamed market replay to playback. Okay, here I just connected to playback. Here's our playback control. The reason why we've renamed it to playback is we've added the ability to use as the data source not only our standard market replay data, which is the recordings that we allow you to do and provide for free. We've added the ability to use as a source just standard historical data, okay, which is great. So now if you don't have access to market replay data or something, you want to play back Microsoft historical, we will download the tick data and we will replay that as its source. If there's bid and ask data there, we will use that to simulate the actual bid and ask events. If there is no bid and ask data, we will synthetically create it based off of the last price. There's some random logic in there that determines what the bid and ask price is. So now you get the flexibility of, again, using historical data as your source. The playback also allows you now, let me see if, right here, you can go to max. We don't have that in NinjaTrader 7. So what max is we will play back the market replay or the data files at the fastest possible rate your computer can handle. This will make your cores go up to 100% utilization. Okay, so that's new for NinjaTrader 8. The other thing as well, for those of you who are heavy market replay users, with NinjaTrader 7, the level 1 data is in a separate file from the level 2 data. And when we replay it, we merge the two. What we've done with NinjaTrader 8 is both data streams are now stored in a single file. And what that does is allows us to preserve the utmost sequence of all of the market data events, because we're now saving them in order versus saving them in two different files and merging them together. So that's, again, as I said, not market replay anymore, called playback. One thing you guys probably notice here, I've got connections up here. This is where you manage your connections, and you configure your connections by simply clicking on this configure button or text, and it'll bring up a dialog window just like you're used to for all other aspects of the product, like indicators. And this is what part of the styling we've done to make dialog windows consistent. Let me talk about NinjaScript. One of the things that we've done with NinjaTrader 8 is to design the programmability of NinjaTrader 8 so that it's deeper and wider. For those of you who are developers, you've known with NinjaTrader 7 we've had this supported and unsupported, right? We always draw a line, and what we've done with NinjaTrader 8 is push that line and allow for the creation and the development of truly rich and integrated apps. All the great things that people have built over the years for NinjaTrader 7, you can now do that plus a lot more. And to give you a quick example, I'm pulling up the NinjaScript editor. Here you can see some of the different things that you can build. An add-on, okay, is simply if somebody wanted to make their own dome, trading screen, whatever it might be, you can build that with NinjaTrader 8. You can insert that into the main menu. It'll work as part of our workspaces. You can use our instrument selector controls, our account drop-down controls, quantity selector controls. All of the UI elements that we use ourselves are available to you. You can create bars type. That's going to be officially supported. Chart style, officially supported and documented. All of these things are supported and documented. Drawing tools, indicators, market analyzer columns. I talked about share service, Superdome columns. So there's just a lot more things that we will support out of the box, and a lot more things that people then can build. There's a lot more lower level access to accounts, to orders, to connections, to let me think, like I said, window class, to position events, market data, market depth, all the things that we ourselves would use to build the windows that come out of the box with NinjaTrader. So my hope and my expectation is that in time, the level of add-ons and the number of add-ons and apps available for the NinjaTrader 8 platform is really going to be immersive and rich, allowing people, whether they build their own or whether they're, getting something from a user-submitted form, or whether they're getting it from a professional app developer, there's going to be a lot more personalization options for you to leverage the investment that you make in time and money in the NinjaTrader platform. I talked about compatibility already. Again, there is some minimal work for the stuff that we consider supported. For the stuff that's outside of what we support, there's going to be more work that needs to be done. Let's see. I think Justin might have a few. Oh, yeah, Justin, I guess I'll be happy to just fire away any questions that you want. Again, let me post in. Give me 1 second now. Of course, I can't find the link I wanted to post in, but I think I know. There it is. We have a FAQ that answers questions about what the beta process. I just typed or stuck the link in. What talks about when general availability for the beta will be. Right now, we're in closed beta, and I guess I'll talk a little bit about that. Historically, we have always done closed betas as initial release. It's even more important now. The reason is twofold. One is we need to make sure that we get as many of the critical and showstopper bugs out of the way before we release it to general public. That's one aspect. The second aspect is just manageability. Just like we're getting, the questions have died down a bit, but we were getting one question a second. I kid you not on that. If we really, and we've got 40,000 plus users, if we launch this out, it would break us. We cannot handle the sheer number of people that would be asking questions, reporting bugs. It would break us. We can't handle that, and it would take away. It would frustrate our users. It would take away from our ability to do what the priority is, which is to provide support for the live traders, the people that actually need help on the, hey, I got a problem with my order, I can't do this on my chart, I got a live trade going on. That's priority. And we have thousands of those users, and as you guys know in dealing with us, we shoot for providing support in minutes, not hours. And we take that very seriously. So, I ask that you guys bear with us. We are going to share information out. Again, we are not limiting your ability to interact with us on the NinjaTrader 8 section of the forum. We're just limiting your access to it until we get to a stage where we can get the issues down and get in a position where we can manage it. It's going to be better for you and for us, despite any frustrations you might have because you can't get access to that. So if you want, shoot me, but that's my position on that. Let me see what Justin's poking in here. Okay, got some questions. From Ramon, is it possible to add the cumulative volume of contracts bought at bid and ask on the Superdome? The answer is yes. That's what that. Give me a sec. That's what I had actually before, Ramon, on the Superdome. Let me just connect up and we'll take a look at it real quick. So cumulative volume at the bid and ask is simply adding a volume column and then changing the type from standard to buy sell, hitting OK. I'll make it a little bigger. It's just downloading. You can see here it says loading at the top. It's loading all the tick data, and voila. That's what you're looking for. JR, as a non-programmer, will NinjaTrader 8 be easier to do some basic programming if I want to, or harder than NT8? That's a good question. It's no easier or no harder, JR. The basic stuff, it's really the same in NinjaTrader 7. We haven't made things harder. We've just made things more accessible, or made more things accessible. That's the better way to say it. So people can do more. People can build more. People can build, shinier, bigger, better, richer things. It doesn't make it any harder, but it doesn't make it any easier. Okay. And one thing actually that's probably a good point, because something we don't necessarily discuss with NinjaTrader 7 for non-programmers, you guys probably know there is a strategy wizard for non-programmers, where you can point and click and build an automated strategy. That is not going to ship out of the gate with NinjaTrader 8. It's just one of those things that we did not get to. We will get to it, but that's not going to come out of the gate. One other thing I'm going to just mention before I get back to some of these questions, which is probably something that's on your mind as well. Well, when is NinjaTrader 8 going to be released? You know, is it 1 month? Is it 3 months? I can't give you an ET on that, because to me, it's not a function of time. It's a function of quality. And what that simply means is, if we can only put out NinjaTrader as a general release when the quality and stability meet a certain threshold. It's a discretionary threshold. When we see the rate of reported issues go down significantly and the type of reported issues are no longer critical, that's when you start getting to a point where it becomes releasable software. Okay, so how do you then decrease the time, right? Well, the two things. One, my developers work overtime probably. Not that they're going to do that, but they work hard as it is. But more importantly, the more people that use it and test it, the more it's in the field, the more issues that we will be able to uncover. Meaning the faster we'll get to identifying the issues, and the faster we'll get to resolving the issues. So again, I can't give you a time frame. And I'll provide, as we go through this beta process, I will provide some transparency as to what my feelings are of level of quality. But you can also see right now, go to the NinjaTrader 8 section of the forum, and there's a bugs and issues section. And you can, not that you want to go read all the bugs, because ultimately they all get resolved anyways, but you can get a sense of what's being reported right now. I'm very happy with the progress we've made in the last week. We've got about 50 people on there, and everybody's really, really great in providing good feedback. A question from MD, is it possible to create a trailing stop when already in a position without a strategy running, or creating a strategy like most platforms do already? So I'm going to answer this from the perspective of an ATM strategy. So if, let me do this, just to show you my point. So let's just say I'm going to have a position here. So now I've got I guess I had a position here. I'm 11 long. With NinjaTrader 7, if I wanted to protect that position with an ATM strategy, I could not do it. It was one of the limitations. With NinjaTrader 8, you can, I believe you have to go into the positions tab, and you can see here it says apply ATM strategy. So now I just select this one, and I guess I found a bug. So this is why we call it beta software. Let me make sure I just take a screenshot. Give me a sec. But the idea here is that you can apply an ATM strategy to a unprotected position after the fact. So that's a question. I guess I don't know who just asked it, because it was, there it was, for MDS, I think it was, or MD. A question from James. Can you download more than one day at a time for market replay data? The answer is not from us at this time, but there are other, I know there's some third-party websites now that have come up where you can do that. I apologize, I don't know what the name of those websites are. But if anybody on my team is on and knows, they can poke that in, that'd be great. Bruce R. Ray R. I mentioned management of data feeds. Will 8 manage settlement close prices into the, okay, will NinjaTrader 8 manage settlement close prices into the database? I guess the answer is this. We don't separately manage the settlement price, but the settlement price is actually the close price of a daily bar, at least for futures. That's the case. So although we won't be storing that separately, it does get reflected as a close price of a daily bar. And with NinjaTrader 8 historical data server, so I'm now speaking to those of you who might be connecting to CQG, Continuum. Our servers right now, or you get historical data from NinjaTrader servers. And the close of the day right now is the actual last tick of the session. With NinjaTrader 8, we will overwrite that with the settlement price once that is reported to us. Doug, Doug M asks, will server-side ATM strategies be available in beta release? No, Doug, server-side is a completely different animal. One of the things that NinjaTrader 8 is going to allow us to do in the future is it serves as a foundation for us to develop cloud-based services in the future. And in the future, next year is the future, and probably more like the end of next year is the future. By the time we release something in production, you will have the ability to choose whether you want your ATM strategies to run locally or to run on the server. Obviously, when you're running it on the server, you can then shut down NinjaTrader, right? And now the ATM strategy logic is running on the server, and you can then go run NinjaTrader from another location, or hopefully by then we'll have a very comprehensive web interface that you'll be able to use, or mobile interface, pardon me, and you'll be able to manage that. And let me be clear for everybody. What I'm saying here is the logic of the ATM strategy, not the orders. Orders with NinjaTrader always are pushed all the way down to the exchange. They don't sit on your local PC, okay? Orders are at the exchange. I'm just talking about the logic that says move the trail stop up, or once the entry order has been filled, submit a stop and loss target, for example. Michael M, can my strategies now take partial profits? NT7 had a pertinent bug. I'm not sure what that is. You could fire that off in the forum. I'm not sure what bug that you're referring to. Any change made for one cancels the order type orders from Ramon? I guess no, Ramon. I'm not sure what change you would expect. NinjaTrader, at least with CQG Continuum, Interactive Brokers, OCO orders are server side, so there's nothing to change there. It works as a trader would want it to work. So I guess I'll leave it at that. I'm not sure if there's anything else that I'm missing on that question. Yajin G, possible to manually submit an order for automated strategy trading? Lots of, let me think about that. Not in an not with a NinjaTrader 8 strategy. That still has to be driven, but you can create strategies, and this gets a little bit more in the advanced programming, but you can create strategies that look for orders. I guess the answer is yes, but it's not an out of the box feature. This is something that an advanced programmer can do, but again, not out of the box. Jessen says a lot of questions on how third-party add-ons will be handled, and repeat questions about using NinjaTrader 7 indicators and strategies on NinjaTrader 8. Okay, let me talk about that again. In terms of third-party, so whether that's user submitted or you purchase something from a professional developer, those have to be converted to NinjaTrader 8. You need to contact, let's talk about professional where you've actually paid for something. You would need to go back to the developer and ask them, what is their policy? Are they just going to update it for NinjaTrader 8? Are they going to charge or what? That's not our, for me to answer. I don't have an answer for that. You have to go ask the developer. For scripts that you might find in public, I know that in our own forum, we will be converting all of the scripts that pardon me, let me restate this. We're going to convert most of the scripts that users have submitted on our forum. Okay, we should be done with all of that by the time NinjaTrader 8 is released into production. I know Big Mike's trading forum, they're doing the same thing. And I suspect by the time NinjaTrader 8 rolls out, there's going to be a lot of NinjaTrader 7 indicators already converted to NinjaTrader 8. And again, just to reiterate, their NinjaTrader 7 indicators are not compatible, but if they're coded, if they're kind of basic indicators, it really is a simple conversion. To define simple, 5 minutes. It's not a big deal. The more complex the coding is, meaning if it's been coded outside of what we've supported as NinjaScript, it could take more than 5 minutes. and likely will. Do you currently give the open of the daily bar at the Globex open and the close of the daily bar at the pit session close? Will that be corrected? I guess I think I just answered that question for William D, which is we get a settlement price with NinjaTrader 8. This is our own historical data service. For other data service providers, eSignal, Kinetic, IQ Feed, we don't do anything there other than pass through what data we get from the provider. Rick S. asks a question, does adjusting the right side margin in chart properties move graphics to the right on the chart or just the price bar as was the case in NinjaTrader 7? It just moves the chart bars to the left. So it increases the amount of buffer between the most current bar and the right axis. Question from MD, will we be able to develop spread charts easier? I guess the answer, I don't know if I'd say easier because it's hard to answer that because I haven't done that. I guess I would just say anything is possible. Easy is subjective, so I can't answer that. Will Superdome work on spot currency pairs or just futures? Yeah, it is not available for forex, Charles. That's the question for Superdome. Will we be able to develop, oh no, I answered that already. Lee G, are orders retained in your servers in case of internet? Yeah, okay, I think I asked that question. Short of it is, again, orders are not held locally on NinjaTrader. They are at the exchange. If the computer goes down, NinjaTrader crashes because it's in beta, what have you, orders are still working at the exchange for sure. Lots of questions about vendor licensing and any improvements from CLI Secure. That's a good question. This is more specific to those of you who build and distribute NinjaScript assemblies. Simply put, vendor licensing is still there. We've made some changes to that. We do have CLI Secure, you know, the most recent version. To get the most recent and higher secured version of CLI Secure, we did have to renegotiate our contract with them. As you know, we provided that free. It's no longer free. However, it's at a discount of $100. I can't remember if that's an annual license or you have to pay $100 every time they roll out a new version, but it's 100 instead of like 800 bucks. Is it possible to have indicators on range bar or tick chart to be the time-based or Renko-based chart? I guess the answer is yes if you have a multi-series chart. So meaning the data series is, pardon me, the indicator is still going to run on the actual underlying data or on the bars, but if you want it to run on the underlying, you'd have to add another data series. Paul asks, has the data box changed at all? And more importantly, does it keep updated with the current time if the candlesticks, unlike NT7? Paul, I don't know the answer to if it updates with the new candles, as a new candlestick comes up. However, that being said, let me just pop open a chart real quick. There has been some changes with the data box. Let me just bring in here. One, oh, you can see here there's a bars ago and a bar index. This is good for you NinjaScript developers, so now you can, you know, help you with the debug process, I guess is where I'm getting at. And then the mini data box here, same thing, except this moves with your mouse. It didn't with NinjaTrader 7. And it is somewhat opaque, so you can still see the bars behind to some degree. Ronnie K, is it possible to have multiple tabbed workspaces at the same time? I'll say it this way, it's possible to have multiple workspaces at the same time, okay? And within the workspace, you can have windows with multiple tabs. And the way that workspaces are managed with NinjaTrader 8 is right here. You can see in this case, I only have one workspace, but I can create a new one. I'll just call it Untitled 2. And so now I have two active workspaces. There's the currently active one, and I can pop back to my original one. So again, you can have as many workspaces as you want, and each workspace can have windows with tabs. Question from William D. Will the Superdome have to be open all night to build the VP? No, it does not. And can it be set up to start at pit open? Yes, it can. And that's simply done through trading hours template. So when you go, here you go. See, oh, pardon me, not, sorry, I was thinking that's a Superdome template. Columns, volume, and you can see here trading hours. So you can set that up to start at the trading pit or whatever session boundaries you want, and it'll just go ahead and grab all the tick data it needs. So you don't have to keep it running is ultimately the question. Zanimir, will you provide the infrastructure to create interfaces to your own supported data feeds? No, we will not. Mike S, currently with group accounts. Okay, that's a good question here. Currently with group accounts, if you use ATM strategy, target does not. No, it's not fixed. So one other feature that's been deprecated or removed, and Mike, probably not going to make you happy with this, but group accounts are no longer supported. Well, okay, let me restate that because some people might say, what do you mean I have a group account at Interactive Brokers? We have a function in NinjaTrader 7 that allows you to group a number of accounts, and if you place one order, it will replicate the order across the accounts in the group. This is done client side. We don't support this anymore in NinjaTrader 8. The reason for that, it just isn't, it's hardly used, hardly meaning handfuls. And so we removed that to simplify the product, but the replacement of that will come later. This is more of a cloud-based service where we will handle that in a different way later down the road. Ronnie K, is it possible to be more selective with global objects on charts? Let me think, selective. I don't know if what you mean by that is if you have a lot of drawing objects on the chart. So for example, if I just stay in draw mode, if I have just a bunch of lines, for example, if I'm understanding you correctly, if it's like being able to pick and select lines easier when you have a lot of stuff that's just kind of crowding your screen, if that's the general context of your question, I don't believe there's anything that's changed relative to just the behavior of the selection of objects. Question from Laurent, is it possible to update a script add-on without a restart NinjaTrader on the fly? Is it possible to update a script add-on without restart? Sorry, Laurent, I'm just trying to think how to answer that. I mean, if you update a script and you compile it, you do have to reload that script. You don't have to restart NinjaTrader. Maybe I'm missing something, so I apologize. You can fire that question off to the support form for a much more clear answer. Let's see. Jeff R, can you attach ATMs to an already open position? Simple answer, yes, you can. Rod, so yikes. So Rod's question so collective 2 will no longer work? That's a good question, Rod. I think that's the case. You better ask that in the forum because I know we have discussed that internally. I don't recall the answer to that, although I know that it's tied to group accounts, which is why you're asking. Benicio, multiple accounts. Yeah, okay, I guess I answered that again. Let's see, Bill's asked, how responsive you expect charts to reload when you change product? It's you know, literally as fast as NinjaTrader 7 is. In some respects, it might be quicker. It depends. NinjaTrader 8, if you're running, let's say, multiple charts and you do a reload all, like multiple bars on a chart, what's different with NinjaTrader 8 than NinjaTrader 7 is NinjaTrader 7 would request the first series when it's done, request the next series when it's done, request the next series. with NinjaTrader 8, it'll spawn out multiple requests simultaneously to load data. The way that you can really see this, if for those of you who use Market Analyzer, if you have, for example, 100 plus or some substantial amount of rows of instruments, and you have a bunch of indicator columns, with NinjaTrader 7, you will see, it takes a while for all the data to load. With NinjaTrader 8, it loads a heck of a lot faster because it's going out and spawning a bunch of requests to the provider in parallel. That's one thing. Second thing is with NinjaTrader 7, if you change some column and you hit OK, it's going to reload all the data. With NinjaTrader 8, it only reloads what it needs to. So interacting with the Market Analyzer, for those of you who are really using it to its full potential, it's going to be a much better and much quicker experience. Monty C, is NinjaTrader 8 also available as a cloud-based app instead of installing on your desktop? At this time, it is a desktop app. It needs to be installed. Adrian A, how does NinjaTrader 8 handle Z-order function of indicators? No difference there in terms of Z-order in NinjaTrader 8, meaning, if I select something, here you can see I've got level 6 of 7, level 7 of 7. It's the same concept. I can't remember. We have something new though. So if I go with draw objects, I'm going to go and click on this new draw objects dialog window. Here you can see all type editing you want to do with various different draw objects, or you want to turn off draw objects visibility. You can do so from this drawing object dialog window here. Turn it visible. So it's easier to work with a lot of draw objects. Luke C, can Market Analyzer be pivoted to swap colors and rows layouts? Let's see what you mean by that. Can Market Analyzer be pivoted to swap colors and rows and layout? I guess the answer would be yes, in that you can have in the Market Analyzer, you can create a template which saves the current state with different colors and columns and all that kind of stuff. So if you save multiple different configurations through a template, you can easily swap them out, as you call pivot. So I don't know if that's fast enough in terms of what you're thinking of, but you definitely can do that. Jeff L, do hotkeys assigned to orders work from the chart or level 2? Do hotkeys assigned for hotkeys for orders? I believe, and I haven't used, I'm not a hotkey guy, so this would be one area of the product that I might not have the exact answer, but for hotkey assignment, you go in the hotkey window and you can, let's see, order entry. I guess the question would be simply, are those orders going to, is the hotkey going to activate no matter what window I'm in? And I guess I'd have to check that out. So if I wanted to buy ask, let's say I hit Shift 8. Oh, can't use this modifier. So click to record a key. Let me see, Alt F9. Heart key is already assigned, no problem. Oh, I should have mentioned, recording hotkeys is better in NinjaTrader 8 because it'll record your keystrokes. That's different. All hotkeys are inactive. Okay, got it. Let me just pull up a level 2 and Alt F8. And let me check. Let me close that real quick. So on the fly, I just tested this. I guess, yeah, you have to have an order entry window open, I believe. Okay, next question. Let me see. Doug M, will the NinjaTrader 8 alerts window be able to set up separate conditions and alerts for multiple instruments? The answer is simply yes. And simply the way you do that, Doug, is let's say in the chart, you might have multiple data series in there, one for instrument A, one for instrument B. So short answer is yes, you can combine any objects, whether it's different data series, the different instruments, drawing objects, indicators, to create complex set of conditions to take some triggered action. Edwin, can the instruments rollover updates function be programmed using NinjaScript? No, it cannot, that I'm aware of, Edwin. Not, at least not supported, anyways. So, anyways, you can see I popped up a level 2 window. Looks just like NinjaTrader 8, or sorry, pardon me, NinjaTrader 7. And let me just quickly scan here if there's anything here that is substantially different. Level 2, news, time and sales. Time and sales looks a little bit different. I got it set at the ES here. In general functionality, it works pretty much the same way. You can scroll with NinjaTrader. I guess here's one thing that's different. With NinjaTrader 7, you can't scroll back in history on time and sales. With NinjaTrader 8, you can. Next question from Eric or Ian. EIN. Can order pending status be alerted? I don't know if you can trigger. I don't think so. I don't think so. We have just simply showing you guys here the NinjaTrader 8. Here we have this templates folder, and here you can see this is where every template now is a XML file. And one change, I guess, is just kind of some of the plumbing. ATM strategies are also now saved as templates in XML files. Okay, Justin's saying some general questions about continuing to support current data feeds, namely TradeStation. We still support TradeStation. NinjaTrader 8 will support TradeStation in the same way that NinjaTrader 7 does. There's no change there. In terms of just other data feeds, eSignal, Kinetic, IQ feed, all being supported. Everything is also supported in 64-bit, for those of you who might be interested in that. What we are not supporting with NinjaTrader 8, for anybody out there that is using NinjaTrader to trade through PAT systems, we're no longer going to support PAT systems. So I'm going to wrap this up, and I'm going to say that we do, again, have our support forum. For those of you, and I know there's lots of you whose questions weren't directly answered, please, if you want, poke your questions into our support forum. Take a look at our FAQ that explains some of the questions about the beta process. We're going to work hard to get this out to you guys soon. I definitely appreciate, on behalf of the team at NinjaTrader, all of you who participated in this webinar today. Thank you very much.